When somebody comes to your social media account for the first time, will they or won't they press follow? That's what we're going to talk about today. Now, here's a question for you. Do you want them to press follow? Do you want everyone to press follow? Is it about mass numbers, or is it about your people? Is it about the dream students for your music studio or the dream fans for your acting career? Who is it that you actually want to have follow you? Because this is where it starts. You got to ask yourself, who is your account for? Is it for your friends, your family? Is it for the vanity metrics? Or is it for that dream fan, dream student, dream follower? In fact, we actually want our accounts to attract our dream people and repel the people that aren't a good fit for whatever it is that we offer. Whether that's music, dance, art of some form, teaching, coaching, we actually don't want to attract everyone. When you speak to everyone, you speak to no one. We want to get specific. Did you know that? Have you ever thought like that before? Hi, I'm Fiona, and I help performing artists to master online business so you can make more money from your art without burning out or wasting time. So when we're talking about getting people to follow us online, growing our reach, what is the first thing that a new follower might see? Well, of course, it's however they landed on your account. Maybe somebody shouted you out. Maybe they saw one of your posts that reached the Explore page. But what will they do next? Well, next they're going to click on your name and go to your profile, whether we're on Facebook or Instagram or somewhere else. They're going to want to see who you are, what you do, and the rest of your content. And then they'll make their decision. Now, if we're talking about Instagram, the very first thing they're going to see is your IG bio. Because my IG bio is so clearly targeted, I have had people reach out to me directly saying, how can I work with you? Just from seeing my IG bio. In fact, at one point, my IG bio said, I help performing artists go from broke to bank with their art. And I literally had people DMing me saying, I want to go from broke to bank. How do I do that? How do I sign up? How can you help me? This can happen to you too once you get very specific with who you're trying to reach and how you help them. Okay, so here's my current one. Fiona, artist, coach, entrepreneur. Now, in the past, I've had business coach, I've had prosperity priestess, and right now I'm going with artist, coach, entrepreneur. What does that tell you? I bet that it could be more specific, right? I could be more clear that I'm a business coach or a mindset coach. I could be more clear that I help with social media. I could be more clear about what kind of artist I am. Let's say I could write singer/business coach. That would be a lot more clear than what I have right now. But to be honest, I'm going through some shifts in my own profile and I'm experimenting, and that's okay too. By the time you watch this video, I'll link my current Instagram in the description below and you can see what it says today as you watch it and in the future. Because your profile is an evolving thing and it's going to change as you do, just as your overall brand does. Now, the next thing it says is performing artists. Master online business without burning out and wasting time. Well, now that's really clear, right? I'm going to read it again. Performing artists. So it's very clear right away who it is that I'm talking to. Performing artists. Now, I could say singers, actors, dancers, musicians, but as you know, on Instagram, we only have a certain number of characters. So performing artists covers it all, right? That's who I'm talking to. I'm talking to you, right? Master online business without burning out or wasting time. Very specific, very clear what it is that I do. I teach about online business. And so because I'm talking about online business here, I don't necessarily have to say it in my profile line. Now, how about yours? What does yours say? Is it clear who you're talking to? Is it clear what it is that you do? So many times performers in my audience have said, Fiona, how do I grow? Why aren't I getting more followers? What's going on? And I will go and check out their account. And right away, it's really obvious that it's not clear who their account is for, what they do, or maybe it's clear that they're a performer, but it's not clear how their account is going to help somebody else or what kind of music. Maybe you have to dive into it a little bit to even get anywhere. There's just not that much going on, and it's not clear why somebody should follow them. Okay, so what we're really talking about here is marketing yourself as an artist. And I'm going to break it down for you and make marketing really simple. We're going to just cover two very specific things, the two things I've been talking about already. One, what do you do? And 2, who do you help? All right? So, what do you do? Now, when we're talking about what do you do, I'm really looking for your thing. What's your thing? This is another way of talking about niche. Have you heard of this whole niche, that whole niche thing? Basically, when we're talking about niching down, we're talking about getting very specific, about that thing, what it is that you do. Maybe you are a singer-songwriter. Great. But what kind of songs do you write? What specific genre are you in? Who are your influences? What do you sound like? These are niching down questions. Maybe you're a singing teacher like I was, or maybe you're an acting coach, or maybe you're a piano teacher. What's your specialty within the scope of what it is that you do? So, for example, when I was teaching singing, I would say, I teach everything to everyone. I teach all styles. But the truth was that I didn't really love teaching technique. And I would have been a lot happier if I'd actually been a performance mindset coach, because I did a lot of mindset coaching within my singing lessons, and my students loved it and they came for it. But I always felt like I was doing something wrong if most of the lesson was mindset coaching, and I ended up going way over time in order to make sure that the technique got covered. Specializing is what will make you really stand out online, and getting that across in your profile, now we're really in business. So that second question was who? Who do you want to reach? Who do you want to help? Who are your dream students? Who are your dream fans? Who are your dream followers? Because literally getting clear yourself is going to attract those people to you. It's going to attract them on an energetic level, and it's also going to attract them practically and strategically, because you'll be creating content with them in mind. So back to my website, when I used to teach singing, I said, in addition to I teach all things, I said I taught all people, beginners, intermediate, advanced, all styles, etc. And I got to tell you, I did myself and those students a disservice, because I wasn't passionate about teaching all styles. And I wasn't passionate about teaching all levels either. I really didn't like teaching beginners. I liked teaching advanced and intermediate and people that were really on a professional journey. That's where I lit up and got excited. I got so bored when I had to teach beginners over and over again. And certainly I did not like all styles. I wanted to specialize in classical and musical theater, and especially the musical theater. So if I had been more clear back then about who, intermediate and advanced, what, musical theater, I would have attracted more of those students, and I would have had less beginners and less heavy metal music in my life at that time. Do you sense how empowering this is when you get clear yourself on the what it is you do and who it is that you teach and the who it is that you help at this very specific level? So what about you as a performer? How can we get more specific in describing who your art is for? Well, a lot of the time, especially again with the singer-songwriters, it's for some kind of younger version of you. If you're a singer-songwriter or any kind of musician or any kind of actor or any kind of dancer, any kind of performing artist, it's all about moving people emotionally, right? So you want to think in terms of the language that would move your dream follower or your dream fan emotionally, to help them connect with that emotional component in your art. Does that make sense? And you can actually get a lot of this across in your profile and then of course in your content. But the more clear you get about who it is you're trying to help, even if you're a performing artist, your music, your art, it's helping people, and what it is that you do specifically, the more you're going to attract your dream followers and your account will grow. Now, what I want to know, is this landing for you? And going back to what I said at the very beginning about wanting to attract and actually repel some followers, is that landing? This idea that when you speak to everyone, you speak to no one. This is a quote from Meredith Hill, and I learned it early on in my online journey, and it has really stuck with me. So many of us are trying to appeal to some mass audience instead of niching down to blow up. If you think of Taylor Swift, she did not start as a pop superstar. She started in country. She niched down. She was so specific that her audience and her music was country. And then over time, it grew exponentially, and now she is this amazing pop superstar. But do you think that it would have been the same journey? Do you think she would have even blown up if she had started as the small fish in the big pond of pop music? I don't know. Maybe. But maybe that journey would have looked a lot different. So how can you niche down to blow up? All right, with all of this in mind, take another look at your profile. Take another look at my profile. Take a look at anybody's profile who you admire, who you follow, and take a look at some of the people that are just strangers on the internet and ask yourself, is this profile clear? Is it clear who they help? Is it clear what they do as a performing artist? And now think about how you can improve yours. This is how you're going to attract more followers. This is how you're going to grow, by getting specific about what you do and who you help. Honestly, social media is incredible. It is free marketing for you as a performer, as a teacher, as a coach, as an event performer, whatever it is you're doing. Social media, when executed effectively, it is free advertising, free marketing. But if you don't know what you're doing with it, then it's just kind of a waste of time, right? This goes back to what I said that I help people with, right? I help people to master online business without wasting time. Because if you're just making posts and throwing spaghetti against the wall, nothing's really going to come of it. And that's why people get burnt out, and that's why they give up with social media. It's like, social media doesn't work. It's not helping me. It's not growing my fan base. It's not getting me new students. Well, of course it's not, until you learn how to use it effectively and strategically. That's what my program, The Profitable Performer Revolution, is all about. If you're interested in that, check out the links below. Now, if you found this video useful, let me personally invite you to my free Facebook community. I made it especially for the entrepreneurial-minded, multi-passionate performing artist. I go live in there every Friday answering questions from the group, and it's just a really high vibe community, and I would love to have you there. Follow me on Instagram, subscribe to this channel. Let me know in the comments what other topics you'd love me to cover to help you rock your business. So what comes after building the foundation? Because this whole what do you do and who do you help, this is really basic. This is really the foundation of the beginning of your marketing. What comes next? Well, I would say building your personal brand. And by personal brand, of course, I mean colors and aesthetics, but more. I mean your core values. I mean your personality. I mean, is the true authentic you coming across in all of your content? And so if this idea of personal branding feels kind of new to you as a performing artist, I highly recommend you watch this video on personal branding next. Now, as always, you have a voice, you deserve to be heard, and the world deserves to hear you.